This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by promoter Eddie Hearn. Eddie, that was a sensational performance there from Devin Haney. What did you make of it?
Just an absolute masterclass. I mean, it was like every time Regis tried, he couldn't set his feet, he couldn't get in position to throw, he got hurt multiple times. It was an absolute schooling, you know, of a very good fighter. And I just look at that performance from Devin Haney, I just think to myself, I'm not sure who beats him. And up at 140 as well, stronger, faster. I mean, he hardly broke sweat. Just an absolute masterclass.
I was one of the fortunate ones in that period in 2021 when I could come over and cover the fights. And could you ever imagine those fights that he had with you in that period? He'd have come up to 140, been undisputed champion at 135 and delivered that type of performance.
Yeah, I always knew he was skilled, but there's, you know, a long way to go between where he was fighting at the time. And, you know, don't forget, you know, people like Abdullayev, go back to those kind of fights. You know, he broke Abdullayev's jaw. He was chasing the Lomachenko fight back then. They all believed he could do it. But I saw him struggle so bad at 135 to make the weight. And, you know, when he finished with us, he went on and had 3 more fights at 135. 2 of them were in Australia. So I don't know how he was making that weight. But up at 140, he looks so much better. He looks fitter. He looks stronger. And, you know, I see him going to 47. I really do. Like, at some point. But obviously now looking for the big fights at 140.
Big fights at 140. What is next for him?
Yeah, I see Oscar's tweet. I think the Ryan Garcia fight's the one to make. You know, obviously both with the zone, both tremendous fighters, WBC world title. It's a massive fight to make, and I think we should get that done.
Just a word on the undercard as well. Paro with a stunning stoppage victory there with Montana.
Yeah, the crowd are harsh, aren't they? Like it was like 1 round in, boo. I actually was quite enjoying the fight. I thought Liam, after being out for 14 months, was really good. Like, beautiful uppercut, straight left hand for the second knockdown, and just unloaded. And, you know, it was a really, really big statement. All those guys bubbling at 140. Jack Catchell, Richardson, Hitchens, you know, saw Dalton over there, be out again soon. Liam Paro with a big win tonight, and, you know, we got a lot of work to do for those guys to give them the opportunities. I thought Andy Cruz was absolutely I mean, talk about Devin's performance. Andy Cruz, I mean, it was difference in levels between Straffon and Regis, but, like, people talked about, you know, does he hit hard enough? He's brilliant now on the inside. He's punching hard enough. He's sitting down on his shots. Like, he's got that spite. And you can see him really enjoying the difference in style. And he's going to be a menace to everybody at 135. Like, it's so nice as a promoter to have a fighter that you could put with anyone in the division and actually believe they're going to beat him. And I don't know who beats him either. So, yeah, he's unbelievable. Just want to get him out a bit quicker next time. February, I think, on the Belanga card.
You've been on the Insta live with Keyshawn Davis. What was said between the pair?
I just went on for a laugh because I always wind him up. Obviously, Keyshawn doesn't like it that people are talking about Andy Cruz, and obviously he schooled Andy schooled Keyshawn in the amateurs, and I just don't think Keyshawn can win a round against him. He's like, no, it's different in the pros. I know it's different, but he's better. Do you know what I mean? And Keyshawn's really good, and I like him, and we were just having a bit of banter. But, yeah, he's Andy Cruz. I just don't know who beats him.
Ebanie Bridges lost tonight. Just your thoughts on that, and if there's an option or if there's a rematch clause or anything like that?
Yeah, we've got an option on Yoshida. We can look potentially at a rematch as well. You know, I think that she was flat tonight. You know, don't forget she's been out of the ring for a year. She had a hand operation. She was messed around with the opponents. Avril Maffey pulled out. We tried to fight the mandatory. They messed around. Then Yoshida came in 2 weeks' notice. But no excuses. She should be beating people like Yoshida. And, you know, I'm pleased for Yoshida. It's a great story. We've seen her around the hotel all week with her daughter. But, you know, gutted for Ebanie, and I know she'll be back.
Just the final one, Eddie. We saw the IBF come out last night rather, about their stance on Opetaia fighting in Saudi against Eli Zorro. Said that he had to either pull out of the fight or they'd strip him of his title. Just your thoughts on that and the stance of the team and of Jai?
Yeah, I mean, disappointing because we've agreed a deal to fight Bradis in March, but we'd like to fight an interim fight in December. I don't know what the problem is. Do you know what I mean? And the governing bodies have just got, like, I think, you know, belts matter. They do. But with governing bodies and commissions, when they start making decisions that I believe are unfair and taking opportunities away for fighters, you have to make a decision. Financially, we have a 2-fight deal with Saudi, with Jai Opetaia, which financially will change his life. We're not going to let some silly decision from a committee stand in the way of him achieving that. There is no reason why he shouldn't be allowed an interim fight if everybody approves it who has agreed a deal. But I understand the IBF have their rules and they are what they are. But we'll be vacating the belt, we'll be defending a Ring Magazine Championship on December 23rd.
On to Arizona.
Cheers, mate. See you then.